Hey everyone, it's Calvin, also known as Rummer, and this is Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. This is my first ever playthrough of Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. I think it's just safe to say before we go any further, I put a warning in the last episode, but like going forward in this whole trial, there will be talks of like suicide and things like this throughout the whole trial. If that's something that upsets you, please do not feel like you have to watch the videos or have to keep up. You can jump back in at the end of the next trial, and I'm sure you'll be able to find out when that is. And I will not, drag it on past that either. Let's talk to a few of these characters about what's happening and keep going. Hey, are you okay? Are you still not feeling well? Yeah, I don't really get it, but when I think about Nekomaru, it's like my knees start shaking. That's weird. There's no way I've got that kind of weakness. It's probably go away if I battle a strong dude, but Nekomaru's not here. Nekomaru will definitely come back. Yeah, you're right. Nagito Komaeda.
Hajime.
This might be impudent of me to ask, but will you listen to what I have to say?
Hey.
I heard that you witnessed the incident from the very beginning, right? So what? Can you provide me with a summary of the incident? I need to reach the truth behind this incident for the sake of dedicating my body to an even greater hope.
Wow.
Why? Don't make me repeat myself, no? This guy just wants to confuse us. There's no way I'm going to tell him what he wants to know.
How unfortunate.
I see, that's disappointing. Even I'm horrified at my power of the Eye of the Overlord. What the heck is this? You stupid fool, I cannot believe you haven't noticed the aberrant thing. Pitiful humans, they refuse to lift their heads up for the fear of doubting the authenticity of the blue sky. Lift my head up, does he mean that there's something up there? Does he mean that there's something up there? I wanted to talk to Chiaki. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, there's lots of things here. So we have this first, I guess. There's a black curtain hanging in the far side of the stage. This curtain, it's not wide enough and it can't reach from the edge of the stage to the other. It's not really a full-length curtain. This curtain was originally here, right? If it was, it's strange that it doesn't fit properly. If it was properly attained for the furniture section of the supermarket. See, the back of the curtain is taped for temporary use, just like the curtain of the supermarket. So you're saying someone took the time to actually bring that curtain from the supermarket? If they went this far, this is probably something that the killer needed for this crime. Why didn't they need it? Who knows? Well, it wouldn't be a mystery if the answers came easy. Ibuki's body lay atop the stage. She's wearing the hospital gown she was wearing when she was sick. What's this on Ibuki's feet? I didn't notice when she was hanging, but the soles of her feet are dirty. It's like blood. Yeah, it's blood. But there shouldn't be any external injuries on Ibuki if that's the case. This blood belongs to someone else, probably Hiyoko.
Damn right.
Hey Hajime, can I talk to you for a second? Of course, always. You already discovered the body before you met up with us, right? Yeah, at first I didn't know if it was Ibuki because of the hemp bag though. No, I saw the hair and I knew it was Ibuki right away. Those extensions. But I knew right away she was dead since the way she was hanging from the rope. I suppose so, but also like, there's no way of fully knowing. There's gonna be a lot of people who commented in the last one, and I didn't see like, oh, the way she was hanging, of course she was dead. There's no way of knowing like completely. Like you should still try to help. You should.
Like.
Which means Ibuki must have died before Yoko was tied up. If that helps, there's no time of death written in the Monokuma file this time. So I wasn't really sure who died first. If it's true, their estimated time of death wasn't written in the Monokuma file this time, but I should know when Ibuki died because I personally saw it. In that video, Ibuki was climbing the stepladder on her own, so right after that. Wait, hold on. If Ibuki climbed that stepladder and died right after, does that mean she committed suicide? No, that's impossible, because even if Ibuki committed suicide, it doesn't explain Hiyoko's death afterwards. Two different deaths happened at the same time. There's no way that's a coincidence. I mean, like, that's what we have to assume at this stage. Like, that's what you would assume. The stepladder tipped over on its side. This must be the stepladder that Ibuki used in the video I saw. Isn't that a bloodstain? Look, there's blood around the left side of the stepladder. As I recall, Ibuki didn't have any external injuries. If that's the case, then it must be Yoko's blood. That's the only thing I can think of. A bloodstain that probably belongs to Yoko is on the left side of the stepladder. What does it mean? And there's the rope. I don't want to look the hemp bag as well. This is the bag from the theater, right? Ibuki had a hemp bag on her head that was hanging from the ceiling, but why did she have a hemp bag on her head? Wait, the hemp bag upon further inspection, there's a Monami detail on the fabric. It looks like there isn't just a normal bag, yet the one from the theater, right? From the gift section of the theater? It's the rope that was tied to the baton lighting on the ceiling. Ibuki hanged herself with this rope and died. From what I can tell, it looks like a regular length of rope with no unnatural features. But despite the fact the music venue has a storage room, there shouldn't have been any rope in there. Which means, was it obtained from the supermarket? Did the killer bring it from here? That means anyone could have obtained this rope, and it means it'd be difficult to use this as a clue. I wonder if that's true, huh? Oh, I just noticed there was something. Is it okay if I confirm it? Excuse me, Mikan, do you have a moment? What's happened? There's something I want to ask you. There's no doubt Ibuki's cause of death was being hanged by this rope, right? Yes, she had no other external injuries, so there's no doubt she died from hanging herself. I see. So Ibuki died by hanging herself. That was the obvious moment we discovered the body. You might not have seen it, but we all saw that she hanged herself. Yeah, you're right. Yep, I got it. So this rope won't be much of a clue. Then I might as well search another place. Geez, as usual, I have no idea what he's up to. So yeah, we have to check out a lot of stuff here. There's the thermostat as well as another thing we have to talk. 86 degrees. Looks like the music venue's AC unit. That's right. You might be able to adjust the hot air in the music venue with this. Alright, I should mess around with it a little like so. It's running as a heater over 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I know why it's so damn hot. I better turn off the heater for now. That should cool things off a little. They're going by America. America. We do everything the wrong way, yeah. Yoko's body suspending. Oh, the poor girl against the pillar on the side of the stage. She's wrapped against the pillar with duct tape, and she looked like she was forced to stand upright. Damn it, who did this? According to the Monokuma file, her cause of death was a slit throat. Her neck looks like it stopped bleeding, probably because of the duct tape wrapped around it. But why is Yoko's kimono like this? Her kimono is all disheveled, also her sash is tied in the front. Did the killer do this too? But when did the killer kill Yoko? When I first discovered Ibuki's body, I didn't see Yoko's body here. If that's the case, Yoko was killed. It must have been during the time I was getting everyone before I came back here. But that was barely 10 minutes. Is it really possible that the killer killed Yoko and taped her up in such a short amount of time? If it's even possible, whoever did it would have had a narrow window of time to do so, because the killer must have been someone who doesn't have an alibi during that time, right?
Hey!
Hashime, do you have a minute? No, you're in the way. Jesus.
Now.
I don't wish to be in your way at all, but there's something I really need your help with. Okay, tell me. Help?
Actually,
if you look closely, there's an unnatural shape bulging from inside of Yoko's kimono. Is there? So I think she might be hiding something. Wait, hold on. Don't tell me you want me to search inside Yoko's kimono. Yeah, I won't be doing that, I don't think. Oh, that's exactly it. Well, it would be a problem if she was alive, but she's dead now, you know? That's still wrong! Nagito! Don't mess with me. You're saying there's no problem with that now that she's dead? You're weird! You're a weird creepo! Fine, if you don't want to do it, I'll just have to ask someone else. Akane? What's up? Well, there's something I want you to do for me. It looks like there's something inside of Yoko's kimono. Can you feel around for that?
What?
I don't really understand it, but I just gotta check Yoko's kimono, right? Thank you, Akane. Helping each other is such a wonderful thing. Oh, he's back on it. Let's see. Akane reached through the duct tape binding Yoko as she stuck her hand inside her kimono.
Weird.
Damn, she's tied up so tight I can't really reach it with my hand. Oh, wait, hold on. It's a key. Yeah, is this a key?
Perhaps.
It looks different to the keys to the cottage, so this may be the key to her motel room. The key to her motel room, huh?
But
If her key was so deep inside her kimono, that'd be hard to remove. Then it's very unlikely that the killer tampered with this evidence.
isn't that right?
Because if this is a trap, they would have been put it more towards the front of her kimono so we'd notice it easier. Which means we conclude this is something Yoko had with her all along. The motel room key has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Also, it's not like I'm adding to that or anything, but you look like you were curious about the condition of Yoko's body, right, Hajime? Of course, that's why I'm investigating. It's true there are several mysteries regarding her body. Well, just hear me out for a second. Out of all those mysteries, what I think is the strangest
See?
is the way they wrapped her body with the duct tape. It's almost like they were trying to hide a wound on her Yoko's neck, don't you think? Hide the wound on her neck? I don't really know if that was her true intention, but I guess it's a big help for our investigation. The reason for our low volume of blood is because the duct tape is acting as a compress, right? If her body was left alone after her throat was slit, the surrounding area would be a sea of blood. A sea of blood, huh? 2 dead bodies floating in a sea of blood, that's enough to make anybody faint. Like, he can be useful, like, let's be honest. Like, he can be useful. He is, like, a smart person, even if he is freaking insane. Like, so I always will, like, listen to his take. Because even if it leads us down, like, a rabbit hole, at least it's somewhere we're getting, you know? There's a massive candle positioned near the front of the stage. The dull light in that video must have been coming from this candle. A candle this huge might be perfect for lighting, but they didn't need to bother using a candle. They could have just used the normal stage lighting. Candles matter to the truth bullet section of your handbook. We done looking here? Is there... Did we talked to Chucky, didn't we? We did. Oh, the body itself. I guess I was just putting off. Ibuki's body lay atop the stage. She's wearing the hospital gown she was wearing when she was sick. I didn't notice when she was hanging, but the soles of her feet are dirty. No matter how I look at it, it's definitely blood. But there shouldn't be any external injuries on Ibuki. If that's the case, then this wouldn't be her blood. It'd be blood belonging to someone else. Also, just as Fuyuka said, the estimated time of death was not written on the Monokuma file. But even so, time of death should be clear because I personally saw it. I definitely saw it with my own eyes, that video of Ibuki's death, but she was climbing the stepladder on her own in that video. If Ibuki died right after this can be considered a suicide. But that should be impossible. I mean, if Ibuki's death was suicide, then Hiyoko's death afterward has no explanation. Is there? Did we even look? We did look at Hiyoko's body. Yeah. What did I not look at? What did I not look at? Do we have to talk to Chiaki again? Is something dropped on the floor there? Nothing's dropped, it's just dirty. Dirty?
Hey.
See, take a close look at the floor.
See?
There is, yeah. If you look closely, you're right, there's a smudge. As if something was wiped off. Wait, this isn't something. Is the blood stain? Oh yeah, it's dark purple this time.
Yep.
It looks actually very close to blood this time. Well, the bloodstain isn't strange. Hiyoko's neck was slashed not far from here.
Still.
Rather, what's strange is why did the killer try to hide it? Hide it?
So,
If they weren't trying to hide it, why wouldn't they wouldn't have bothered wiping it off? The reason the killer wiped off the bloodstain. As long as the body is nearby, there's no way they'd be able to conceal the crime by wiping off a bloodstain. So what was the killer trying to hide? Wait a second. I hate to accuse anyone of this, but my thought process now is that Ibuki walked through the bloodstain or something. That's why there's blood on her shoes. And she killed Hiyoko and then herself. That's my thought process now. If that's the case, I think they're gonna do they'd have to do a whole like, nobody else died. Because who's left? We have, okay, let's count how many's left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 people left in this whole trial. And for the last trial, you're gonna need like 4 or 5 people, right? If only I'd noticed sooner, Ibuki might have been saved. Hey, when did you realize Ibuki was missing? After leaving Nagita's room, I went to the on-call room, and that's when it came to me that I should go check on how everyone in the hospital is doing one more time before I go to sleep. And so I went to the patient rooms and noticed Ibuki was gone. So I quickly ran out of the hospital. So that's what happened. And then I saw Fuyuka in front of the hospital, so I asked him if he could help me look for Ibuki. That reminds me, where were you? I thought you were resting in the lobby. That is a long story. Oh, well, I'm sorry. It's not like I doubt you or anything. There's no way I doubt you, because we've been together since this morning. True. Yeah, we were together in bed again. You're right, we were together until you went to the on-call room. That's right. We were together until just a little before the morning Monokuma announcement. So I don't doubt you. I'm telling the truth. I'm sorry if I continue on my autopsy, of course. If you talk to me again later, I'll tell you what I know. So please spare my life at least. I would never touch you or kill you. What happened to not doubting me? She's Oh, Mikan's account. Okay, here we go. Sonia, my girl, Sonia.
something like this.
This has happened once again. 2 of my cherished friends died at the same time. I cannot believe it.
How cruel.
This place is where Ibuki sang for Fuyuhiko. Hiyoko looked like she was having so much fun listening to her music. And now those 2 are no longer here. Such a tragedy. I understand how you feel, but please get a hold of yourself. 2 of our friends were killed. That's all the more reason we can't just leave this alone, right?
So just as I thought.
We must do this then, for the sake of the 2 that have fallen. I talked to you already, Fuyuhiko. The killer was still inside. Yeah, I talked to you already. Akane, how are you, girl? Just a little bit more time and I'll be back to my old self. This ain't like me at all. That's fine. Gundam, are you okay, bud?
Nature. The
You
collective
stupid fool. Yeah, we already talked to Gundam. Then we just have to talk to Crazy Boy, the crazy thing.
Hey,
Hey, Hajime. I don't care what you say. My answer isn't going to
how
change. I
unfortunate.
see, that's disappointing. Then we have to check the broken machine. Because someone broke this and that's probably, the lights probably didn't go out. Or I guess the candle was there so the lights did go out, but. The shattered remains of the machine are spread all over the floor.
I see. I see.
This appears to be the surveillance camera unit. It appears to be. It appears to be. This appears to be a surveillance camera unit.
This, too, must be the will of causality.
Maybe. Perhaps criminal psychology. Is at play here. What do you mean?
Well?
Even if they don't know they're not being recorded, there is no way the killer would tolerate committing murder in front of a camera. So that's why they destroyed the camera room. Seems plausible enough. They'd hesitate to murder someone in front of a camera, and that's why the killer destroyed this. And then what was that thing I saw? I think we're doing okay. I think we're doing just fine. Have we investigated? Okay, there's still things we have to investigate in here. Like what? There's the staff-only door? I mean, we're here. We might as well check out everything. See if anything's changed in here. Oh, boy! So we have this stack. I know, like, oh, the mirror. Mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? You can see your whole body in this huge full-length mirror. It's probably used for checking costumes. What a mirror! With a mirror this big, it'd be easy to check out how you look. This roll, this little tarpet thing. This carpeting, wallpaper, and paint on the shelf is probably used for decorations. A thick black paper was folded up on the lower shelf. It looks like wallpaper. There are a lot of stickers pasted all over the front of the side of this wallpaper and the edge of the wallpaper. It looks like a little torn. What does this mean? Yeah, what does it mean? We have the guitar with the fire on it. It looks really tacky. There's a lot of different musical instruments lined up. I know about guitars and drums. There's also instruments machines that we've used before, but they don't look like they. Oh, maybe we can find the. Well, let's talk to Nagito anyway. Did you come here to investigate the storage room too? I just want to confirm that you were thinking. Is that it, or is he trying to stand guard here? So how about it? Did you find any clues? They tipped over the stepladder on the stage and the duct tape binding Hyoko? That's probably all came from the storage room. There might be other things from the storage room they used for the crime. You always plan to give me hints, but in the end, you're just going to be on the killer's side, right? I'm not siding with the killer, you know. I'm just on the side of her acts in the name of hope. That's all there is to it. That's the main reason why this case is really special. Huh?
Man.
But I can't say for certain, though. What is this guy saying? As usual, he's not making any
Hajime.
sense. By the way, Hajime, I still don't quite understand the details of what happened.
Right?
Hey, if you can explain to me in detail, I think I'd be able to give you some more useful information. Really? You might end up confusing us again instead. You don't want to find the truth, you just want to make us suffer.
Mean.
That's not true. I'm doing this because I believe it's for everyone's sake. Oh well. For the sake of everyone's hope, I'll gladly become the enemy, and I won't even mind when I die. That's the main reason why I can't overlook this case this time. What does that mean? Regardless, I guess you're not going to tell me, huh? Then it can't be helped. I guess I'll just rely on my gut feelings. Gut feelings. You should come by later, too. I'll go there first and wait for you. Where exactly are you talking about? Well, obviously the movie theater. After he said that, Nagito walked out of my sight. The movie theater? Why the sudden interest in the movie theater? I guess it's everything important in the storage room. I guess I should go back to the music venue. I guess that is everything important in the. So I guess we have to follow him to the movie theater? Someone's probably gonna stop to talk to us if we've looked at everything, maybe. Alright, with this we might be close to be finished investigating the music venue. But I still need to talk to Mikan. I need to make sure I get those autopsy results from her. Yeah, that's exactly what we need to talk to now. How about Mikan? By the way, just for keeping score,
We'll talk about it in a bit. Have you found out anything by now? To tell you the truth, it's been very inconclusive. But it's not my fault. The music venue is just too hot. Because of the heat, I can't estimate the time of death. Because of the heat? Is that possible? If a body is overexposed to the heat or cold, you won't be able to determine its precise time of death. I see, that might have been the killer's goal. They covered up their time of death by using the heater to make the inside of the music venue hot. But that's weird. But even if this heat is killer's doing, is there any reason for them to cover up their time of death? I agree, as long as I saw it, it should be clear what order the murders occurred. First was Ibuki, then Hiyoko. And as long as there's an imitation murder, there shouldn't be any mistake. As long as this is an imitation murder, there shouldn't be any mistaking the order of murders. Huh? Imitation murder? You don't know, Hajime? I thought everyone already knew. It's a murder where the killer uses a creative work, like a song or a film, as an outline for their killings. It's also so common in detective novels, mangas, and video games that you start to get annoyed by it. How would an imitation murder be related to this murder? Well, based on the killing order, on the way they were killed, it's clearly an imitation of that movie. That movie?
The assumption is an imitation murder is the reason why the killer killed 2 people.
The goal was an imitation killer. Even so, why did they feel the need to do something like that?
Do you have a minute?
Excuse me, if this was really an imitation of that movie, then is it possible that one or more person might have been killed?
This too must be the will.
It's certainly
of
conceivable if the killer wishes to complete the imitation.
Hold on a sec. What are you talking about? An imitation murder? One more person might have been killed?
Are you guys worried there's gonna be another victim? There's no worries. Things will get out of hand too fast if a bunch of people
People are killed at once, so I think it's more than 2 people can't be killed at once, right?
I'm really cautious fellow, so I prepared a perfect countermeasure. On this killing spree, the same blackened can only kill a maximum of 2 people.
You mean you've added another rule?
Well, if the killing everyone at once is okay, then the black will be able to secure an easy victory.
Right, yeah, you could just go in and like...
This new rule will prevent that. Make sure you slam it into your tiny brains. There will be not any more killings. Since you're here anyway, can I ask you to do one more thing? You know, I just want to confirm that one of the class trial rules. I see, as expected of you. You're very strict about games. I don't want to consider this possibility at all, and I don't even want to think if someone would do this. If 2 cases occur at once, what happens if there are 2 killers?
So...
Like I said, I'm talking about the possibility that Ibuki and Hiyoko were killed by 2 different people. That would mean that 2 killers exist at the same time, but we can only vote for one person,
I am
right?
concerned.
If you can only choose one based on the majority vote, then the other person could certainly achieve victory.
Yeah, you're right.
So what happens in that case? What about the case where there's an instance instead of 3 instances instead of 2, or 4 instances overlap one another?
Silence.
He's not having it.
It's okay, I'll make extra sure something like that never happens.
I looked at it like
Even though Monokuma is like this all-seeing, omnipotent robot, at the same time, like, can make mistakes. And I love that.
Hey,
I mean, 2 killers can exist at the same time, so it's safe to say that applies to this case too, right?
Alright, fine. That's right, there's always one killer at any given time. Even if they had an accomplice, I'd have you figure out who the mastermind is. Man, I ended up giving you a huge hint. She made me say it. Gamer brains are not to be underestimated. I should just shut up and go back to my cave.
He's like talking to all you guys, but like in fairness though, most gamers are not as smart as Chiaki. I see, so there's no possibility for 2 killers to exist at the same time. With this, I guess it narrows things down a little.
Yeah, that makes things a little easier. Plus, if the same killer can kill a maximum of 2 people,
It means a 3rd victim would be impossible. Imitation murder breakthrough.
you guys keep saying that and it sounds strange to me. What do you mean by imitation? Could it be you haven't seen it? Seen it? Seriously, seen what? Like I said, that movie.
oh my.
When we first explored this island, Monokuma was passing out invitation tickets. Then the imitation is...
Good instinct.
Of course, it's an imitation of that
Well?
movie.
Well, based on the murders this time, it closely resembles that movie, as if they were copying it. As if they copied the movie. I see, Nagita mentioned something about that. Then it can't be helped, I guess I'll just rely on my gut feelings. Gut feelings? You should come by later and I'll go there first and wait for you. Where exactly are you talking about? Well, it's obviously the movie theater.
You...
I see, so you haven't seen it? Still, it's not too late, I think. It's probably a good idea if you want to watch that movie before the class trial starts. Looks like I need to do that. Then I should get going there too. There are other places I want to investigate. Where do you intend to go next, Chiaki? Probably the hospital for sure. first victim, Ibuki, was there, I don't know what was going on at the hospital in the first
You
place.
are right.
Thanks to that despair disease, we could not go there for some time. She's right, it might be good to investigate the hospital too, because that's where she came from. There might be some clues related to Ibuki's death. For clues related to Yoko's death, I should try going over to the motel. This is going to be huge. There's still a lot of things I can do before the class trial. I'll definitely give my all until the end. There's a lot. There's a lot we have to explore. So something like, we talked, like, I think there was like a discussion about in the comment section of like how pretty some of the characters were. And I don't like to do that all the time where it's like, hey, this is like... But I think this is a very, very, very handsome cast, especially the ones that are left. Just to say right away, Mikan is the prettiest, then Soda. And then after that, I'm not going to rank anyone else because I feel like that's very, very mean. But we're gonna end up there, I suppose. Yeah, this is a very interesting investigation. It's also an investigation that I'm not sure exactly what's gonna happen, and that's always like the scariest thing, right? That's always the scariest idea, is like what exactly is going to happen in this investigation. Because like usually like there's like not even some idea, but there's some like we have an idea of what's happening. But like I feel like this time, like, because I have an idea of what's happening, I feel like I'm gonna be thrown for like a loop or something. I feel like something's gonna happen. It's gonna change my whole perspective. I feel like I haven't been here in a while, even though it's only been a few days. How are you, Soda, my boy? Hey, you repaired that surveillance camera unit, right?
Hey.
Yes, so I didn't make any weird modifications or anything. It's not like I'm suspicious or anything. Didn't you get this from the shady-looking alley where all those machines were lined up? Yeah, I just tweaked it a little. Then if there are other surveillance camera units, would it be possible to transmit a signal to the hospital from those cameras too? No, that's impossible. Originally, surveillance cameras and surveillance monitors are only used as a part of the same unit. The whole video was filmed with the hospital camera can only be viewed on the hospital monitor. That video was filmed with the music venue cameras. The venue camera can only be seen from the music venue monitor. But if I left it like that, we wouldn't have been able to communicate, so I decided to swap the cameras. So that's how you guys were able to view the hospital footage from the music venue and the vice versa. However, each surveillance camera unit manages its broadcast based on a specific number. So even if you bring the same model camera or monitor, you won't be able to interfere with the signal. Meaning if another surveillance camera exists, it would be impossible to broadcast with it. However, I didn't just swap the cameras. I modified them and increased the wireless range. If I hadn't done that, then we wouldn't have been able to use it. You're right. You did work on that. You did work on that. Wow, what a good boy. Guys, I'm going to end the video here. This felt like it went by really fast. I feel like these episodes go by very, very fast. But anyway, guys, I'll see you guys very soon. I have to go I'm taking my mother to lunch, so I will have to go anyway. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.